Now, we think we've figured out what happened to Matt Kenseth and why that left rear might have been a problem for him. This is Jason Leffler in the 0.
Ooh, there's definitely contact there. And that all that sheet metal on the right front, like a knife. Dave.
And so here's what you do. You tell your guys, I had contact with Jason Leffler. I may have flatted the left rear. Get up on the wall, get ready. And when the tire eventually came off, it was full of air. But you get ready just in case.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Now let's go back and show you the reason for the caution flag.
We see Kenny Wallace going into turn 3. And he just loops it getting into the corner. We'll show you later.
We're still digging for what caused the caution. But we'll catch up to it. Because when we say, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, we got it.
Now let's try a different machine.
Yeah.
Look at 23 there. He's got a flat going into the corner right there.
You know, he's lucky he didn't back it down the fence that time.
Yeah.
And sitting right in the middle of the racetrack, cars going by on the inside and outside. Bill?
Well, down here in Kurt Busch's pit, that's Crew Chief Jenny Fennick talking to the NASCAR official that has his pit. This could be adults-only television. Tell us what happened, what Kurt did or didn't see.
I don't know. NASCAR, they'll do what they want, you know. In the meetings, in these meetings we have Sunday with NASCAR, they say they're going to go one lap and then straighten out. It was automatic.
And that is part of the argument down here, that it has been since they went to the lucky dog rule that the pits do not open right away. There was some concern about whether the pits opened too soon down here. The message to Kurt on the radio was, these guys make up the rules as we go along during the race. Marty.
Tony Eury Sr., what did Junior say on the radio, and what did you say to the official?
Well, you know, when the new pit road was open, we'd have pitted, but since they come up with all these crazy rules they got, at Dover, they said the first time you go by pit road's going to be closed so they can sort out the alignment so they know who gets their lap back. Now all of a sudden they've changed the rule and don't tell nobody. We drive by the pit road, don't know the thing's open. They look on the racetrack. They got so many rules they can't keep up with.
Junior said he had 5 car links before the green flag came out on pit road. Not enough time to make a decision like that.
Kurt Busch, Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick do not pit under the caution, as well as Dave Blaney. He stays out and takes over the 4th position. Then the first car off the pit lane, Tony Stewart, who rides in 5th.
Now you got 3 guys up there that have lost a lot of patience in this race.
Yes.
3 guys that are real angry.
And all of a sudden, I think that the advantage is swung heavily over to Tony Stewart.
Yes.
Because he made that pit stop. He has fresher tires than these cars. Matt?
And Benny, that's why Greg Zipadelli let spotter Mark Robertson have the authority of when pit road is open. He is the one that tells Tony, okay, come in, pit road is open. He saw the flag, told Tony to come in when running 4th. It was a great move. They got first off pit road.
Good move by Mark is right.
So now Stewart with fresher tires by about 50 laps, and these guys he's trying to chase down in front of him.
Yeah, I think Tony will be there pretty quickly.
I tell you what, it looks to me like driver 8 is a little hot right now. Just hot about life, you know?
A little aggressive behind the wheel.
A little aggressive, yeah. Taking a look, here he comes.
For the race lead. Junior led earlier for 33 laps.
I'll tell you what, that Kurt Busch driver in there. 8's coming, Marty.
I think incensed is a good word, BP. He is livid on the radio. Still upset all the way coming to the green about what happened on the racetrack. He said, we're going to get killed here because the old tires are going to go away, but I'm going to do my best to keep those guys behind me.
Probably what they need to have happen is for this thing to run green for about 50 laps and then get another caution. Because then if you get about 50 laps on the tires, then the other guys are going to want to pit.
If I was NASCAR, I probably would throw a caution flag. I'd find a piece of debris someplace to try to even this thing up.
Hey, just let the cat out of the bag, BP.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I would do anyway. With all this junk, there's got to be debris someplace.
But in saying that, BP...
Oh, here we go, Junior. Almost got in the back of the 97. Do what?
I was just saying, in saying that, you're you're taking the stance that they would feel that they made a mistake in the call, but if they don't feel they made a mistake in the call, there it is. You're out there. Bill, Kevin Harvick didn't stop there also. Same situation for him?
Exactly right, Alan. So he'd probably vote with Benny on that. But Kevin came across the radio and said it wasn't out when we went by. And he goes, I might have missed it, but I guarantee you the guys in front of me wouldn't have missed it. It was not there.
Yeah, it's unusual for 3 guys to make a mistake like that. One you could maybe.
So Dale Jr. goes to the lead, and Tony Stewart with those 50-lap pressure tires.
Oh, yeah.
He's closed right in on all of them. He's gone by Dave Blaney to take 4th. Work around the lap car of John Andretti in the 1.
The mix in this right now is Andretti, the 1 car who seems to be faster than these 3 leaders, and he may slow Tony Stewart's progress down some because he's going to take the inside lane or whatever lane he feels like he can pass these cars. Tony now can try to follow him.
Yeah, I think he probably will. And then once the 1 car clears, then Tony will get by the 1 car.
Yep.
Remember John Andretti with 2 flat left rear tires under green earlier. It's put him 4 laps down back in 39th place.
But he has a great race car, talking about John Andretti, as we see this battle for the 2nd position.
Now, you think these guys were hot before. Now they're really hot when these fresh tires are going by.
Oh, yeah, now, even hotter.
Yeah. Tony Stewart underneath Kurt Busch.
I mean, I realize you folks listen to us talk about these fresh tires and say, well, they only had 25, 30 miles on the tires. Good gracious, don't tires last 30, 40,000 miles? No, they're lucky to last 75 to 80 miles on these race cars, and 40, 50 miles can make a huge difference in how they grip the racetrack and the speed around the track.
Yeah, a little bit better here at Martinsville when you're only talking about a couple of tenths of a second a lap between everybody. Just that little bit better means a lot.
Tony just can't finish the pass. Poking him out, poking the nose out, but he just can't get up in front of him. Oh, he might right here.
Yeah.
Kurt had a slip there.
Just a matter of time.
And those tires on Kurt's car are 41 laps older than the tires on Tony's car. 41 laps.
And here's Jeff Burton underneath Kurt.
And that's the point I was trying to make. 20 miles difference on the tires, but it makes all the difference in the world in how the cars grip around the corners.
So Jeff Burton by, and Kurt pushed back another spot.
So Junior's going to be yelling when that 20 car goes by him.
He's got to catch him first. 2nd and a 3rd advantage for Junior on Tony Stewart. You see the gap? John Andretti, the lap car, Junior's teammate, has closed up on him on fresher tires.
Yeah, well, it's gonna happen.
And here comes Texas Terry. Started 31st, running 6th. Working on Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch for 5th and 4th. How about Terry there, Dave?
I just want to remind you what a great strategy move this was. Remember, they started 31st way back in the pack. And when they stayed out and stayed out and stayed out, they needed it to stay green long enough for everyone else to want to pit. And then they got back on the same pitting strategy as the leaders. It worked.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking about here with Junior and Harvick and Kurt, is if the race runs green long enough that the guys who just got the fresher tires are going to want to pit.
Then they can be back with fresh tires, the same equal tires with these other guys.
Yeah.
And they'll lose some track position. They'll lose from 1st, 2nd, 3rd, maybe back to 7th, 8th, and 9th, but at least they're in contact with the leaders.
John Andretti trying to get 1 of 4 laps back.
Now, Junior really, if he's smart here, should just let the 1 car go and not be forced to race up there side by side, because that's going to help Tony Stewart track him down.
Marty, what's Dale Jr. saying now? Anything?
Well, his team has told him a couple of times to let the 1 car go, just what Wally said, but I think he's so mad in the race car, he didn't want to let anybody go by him right now.
I think that's the whole point. He's just angry right now.
We're just past halfway in the Subway 500. Martinsville Speedway in Virginia, NASCAR on NBC. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is out in front of this race, but his lead shrinking rapidly as Tony Stewart closes in on him from behind. We've got 34 cars on the lead lap. We've had 8 caution flags for 57 of the 258 laps that have been completed so far. Only one driver not on the racetrack, Sterling Marlin, with overheating problems after something went through his radiator earlier.
In this situation right now, you basically eliminated the 3 of the fastest guys that have been here all day.
Now let's go back and look at a replay of the pit road open close flag. It's going to come into the left side of your screen. Kurt Busch, the leader.
Now it should be waving now if Kurt Jr.
There's the official. That green flag's up.
Wait a minute, back it up. Back it up.
Is that?
It's coming up, yes.
Right, I'm not colorblind. That flag is green.
I understand, but these guys are already past where they can see it. It should be waving. It should be waving somewhere when these cars are back in this area. Now it starts waving.
I would like to see a shot from inside a race car if we can, if that would be the way to, because you're right, we can see it here easy, you know, but it's a different perspective when you're on the racetrack.
Bill?
I think we also need to determine what lap that was, because the concern is nobody was looking for it at the front because they didn't think it would be out that lap. They expected it to be out the next lap.
And that's a good point, Bill, because if you're a driver and you're coming down out of turn 2, your spotter's probably going to say pits are not open. So you don't even look at that flag. You start looking at your gauges and you start, you know, messing around with other stuff.
All right.
You're not going to believe this.
Third strike and you're out. John Andretti's got another flat left rear tire.
Oh, there's definitely something rubbing on that.
And Tony Stewart has caught Dale Earnhardt Jr. to race him for the lead.
Now we talk about what a huge disadvantage this was for Junior and for Kurt Busch, but how about Kevin Harvick, who is second in NASCAR Winston Cup point standings, who had a real shot, a very good race car today. He's now back in 7th, and Kenseth is not having a good day. He's all the way back in 29th.
Another look at it, back to determining when the flag waved. You see on the right of the screen, you see the official there at the end of the pit road.
Okay, he's waving the red flag right now.
Right now. Those are lap cars going by. Now see, look at that.
Yeah, the green is out.
Out plenty early.
Yeah.
So I think there is time if the drivers had expected to be out.
Yes. So that's where the question then becomes. And see, Junior started to move to pit road there,
but couldn't make up his mind if he should or not.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hard one to argue.
Oh, it is. It's
because the flag was out.
Yeah.
Marty?
And remember what we said, Junior said he only had about 5 or 6 car lengths. Once he saw the flag to react to get to pit road, that's not enough time. He also said to Tony Eury Jr., I didn't want to come if you weren't ready for me. I wanted to ask you first. Didn't have enough time to do that either.
Well, the second part, you're probably right. He had enough time to get that car on pit lane. But if you don't know whether to come or not, you know, you don't want to do the wrong thing as a driver. You don't want to get yelled at if you come and go, what are you doing? We didn't tell you to come in. And I never have gotten yelled at before, so.
You drivers don't take being yelled at well.
No. Yeah. There's Tony. Ooh.
Wow, he had a handful of
Power
steering
slide there.
Swatting flies in there. Hands going everywhere.
Hey, what, Junior's did a good job for keeping him off this long.
Anger will help you do that.
Yes, it will.
And we keep talking about Tony Stewart. How about Jeff Burton at 99 car? He is hanging in right in there with these guys.
Yep. Let's see if he can get him this time. Bobby Labonte has fallen off the pace for a couple laps, been showing a little bit of smoke. Dave?
His last reply on the radio was, well, it's going to blow up. Earlier, he had switched ignition boxes to try to fix the problem, but now the crew's leaving, and they think their day's done.
That's tough.
Yeah, that blue smoke is a bad sign.
A bad sign when the crew leaves, too.
And he gets put a lap down by the leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Derek Pope's car also just pushed behind the wall. So from no attrition, suddenly we've got a couple of mechanical issues here as we work towards the 2/3 mark of this race.
Stewart's going to have, well, he's got company with Jeff Burke right now, but he's going to have some more company with Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson here. He doesn't get by the 8 car and try to get away.
Bobby Labonte being black flagged by not making minimum speed at this point, so he'll be coming to pit road and probably back into the garage. Dale Earnhardt Jr. holding off Tony Stewart for now. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.